All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to Life Advice. This is the show where you ask me questions or just give me some topic ideas and I kind of give some of my thoughts on them. Something that I want to kind of try to do here on the channel is one take commentaries. And I know that it might suck. You might hear a lot of ums and uhs and, it might not be the most interesting. I might kind of go off on some random tangents here and there. But I do want to talk about kind of getting back into the old school swing of things when it comes to YouTube commentaries. But anyway, with all that being said, today I want to talk about how to live a happier life. Wow, what a deep kind of conversation, right? How are you going to talk about how to live a deeper, like a happier life in like 6 minutes, bro? How are you going to do this? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned and find out. Essentially, what I want to talk about is how to stay grateful. And I think that's ultimately going to lead to a lot more happiness. Like, think about it, right? Much of the unhappiness that we live in our day-to-day lives here, I'm just talking like if you're like a US citizen, you're probably, you're probably a male, you're probably a male dude watching this. It's Call of Duty after all. And I think a lot of you guys out there probably are comparing yourselves to other people. If I'm going to, take a shot out in the dark here, you're probably comparing yourselves a lot, right? Whether it's income, whether it's, college, which college you're going to. Maybe your parents are kind of comparing you to their friends or something like that. I think that there's a lot of unhealthy comparisons out there. And I guess there's also a lot of like, even if you're like on the older side, like you're you're driving a Tesla or something like that. And the guy next to you drives a bigger one, your neighbor, like there's a lot of just reasons to be unhappy in this world, in this life, even though, especially if you live in the US, you live a pretty well-off, cushy life. Some parts of the US, you're probably in like the top like 5% of the world. I think most of the US, you're living a pretty healthy, pretty safe life. And, if you're in the UK or somewhere else random, like, sorry, maybe this doesn't apply to you as much. I'm just thinking that most of my viewers are probably in the US and, maybe that's a bad assumption. But I just wanted to mention that there's a lot of unhealthy comparisons. So how do you stay grateful, right? How do you stay grateful? How do you just look your neighbor in the eye and smile like happily that he has a Tesla that's bigger than yours and maybe you drive like an old Honda or something like that? How do you stay grateful in these moments? Well, you appreciate what you do have. And I know that sounds like kind of cop out or whatever, but you physically say it. You wake up in the morning on your drive to work, you say, 5 to 10 things that you're thankful for. And I've done this here and there, and I'm not going to lie to you and say that I do this every single day, but on the days that I do this, I would say that it matters. And I would say that it changes your perspective going into the day, right? Instead of, I hate traffic. I hate going to this job. I am thankful to have a car. I'm thankful to have a job, right? Like, see how that changes what you like immediately think of and you're like, it's not going to save everything, right? If you have a super important, super, unhappy meeting that you're probably going to go into for the day, like simply saying that you're thankful for a job isn't going to like, automatically make you super cheerful and happy going into the meeting, right? Of course not. But what might make you happy about like just an everyday where you're just like, oh, I wish I could be at home playing Call of Duty. I wish I could be home with my girlfriend or my wife, or, I wish I could just sit around and watch Netflix. I just need a day off. Like, it could change your perspective that day. And it might make, I guess, the people around you see you a little differently. And I guess that's kind of ultimately the purpose, right? You don't want to just be another like cog in the system. Maybe you do. But, on a corporate ladder, rather, wow, I can't talk. It's not really about just being another cog, at least in my opinion. Maybe you guys are wrong, or like not wrong. Maybe you guys think differently. Yeah, guys, in my opinion, like it's not about just being another cog. It's not about being another just random Joe at the office, sipping on his coffee, getting in at like 9:00, strolling in. Oh, hey, Susan, how's your weekend? Oh, I don't really care. Oh, the freaking Giants lost. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Like, is that all that you want life to be? And is that what's going to make you happy in life, right? Rather than kind of appreciating what you have. Like, oh, my kids are so annoying. Wow, I'm thankful that I have kids. I'm thankful that my wife didn't have a miscarriage or that we're able to have kids in general, right? Oh, my friend's making like double the amount I'm making on YouTube, even though we're putting in the same effort and I started before him. Wow, I'm happy for him. I'm happy to have a friend. I'm happy that I have someone so close to me that can, give me some tips and advice on how to improve my videos and improve my craft. The perspective change when you sit back and realize it is very powerful. And it turns this like complainy mindset of like, oh, I hate traffic. I hate my job. What are you going to do about it? Right? Like, are you just going to magically build something that just skips traffic? Are you just going to quit your job and like do nothing for the rest of your life? Like, these are things that you can't control. Why don't you worry about things that you can control, right? Your perspective, your ideas, your, I guess, action steps. Like, you have like visible action things that you can do that would make your life better. And you know, it might not be as simple and might not be as quick as you think, but I think having this perspective change is very, very important. I wish that more people would think this. I think that the workplace, the schools, like everything would just be a much healthier environment, right? Coming home to your wife and kids wouldn't be oh, don't talk to me, babe. Like, it would be more so like, oh, I'm thankful to have a wife and kid. I'm thankful to have this life that I've always wanted, right? Yeah, and I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that everybody could just all snap their fingers and do this, but actionably, I would recommend you guys in your next commute, in your next bus ride to school, whatever, wherever you're going, next walk at home, just take like a few steps, like take a few seconds, stop scrolling on Reels or YouTube or whatever, and list out 5 things, just say them out loud. 5 things that you're thankful for. It could be food, it could be your family, it could be friends, your girlfriend, your pet, your mom, whatever. Yeah, try that. Let me know how it goes. I'll see you guys later. Peace.